Ladies, we bounce like this is business. Boogie bounce like this is business. Boogie bounce like this is business. Bounce like this.
Hi there, future college freshmen, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we will be discussing 5 invaluable tips about what you should know before going into a university or college. Particularly, this video is for freshmen. However, if you're a transfer student, this video could be helpful for you as well. It's based personally off of my experience as well as fellow students that I know, being that I am currently still a college student myself. So if you are feeling kind of nervous or have a ball of just excitement but also curious of what lies ahead for you in college, this video is just for you. So I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and click the thumbnail for more content. Now, for our for the first valuable tip, I will have to say scholarships. When it comes to scholarships, they typically do not go out for freshmen, with not many people knowing that, because personally for me, when I had tried to find scholarships, I really couldn't, because they weren't particularly for freshmen. The scholarships typically in colleges and universities goes to those that are upperclassmen, so particularly juniors or seniors. But some of them also goes to graduate students. There aren't many for the freshmen, so if you do see them, it's on a first come, first served basis. And there aren't many out there. And really with the scholarships, you have to go out and look for them yourself. You won't really have any help or assistance when it comes to looking for new scholarships here or there, because it is on a first come, first served basis. So no one is going to help you. You have to go out there and look for them on your own. And in some cases, you know, if your school have like a website, you could go onto that website and go into their scholarship kind of little website or page, and they will have a list of recommended scholarships based on your background, or in particular just all scholarships really, for you to look over. Because I know some people will tell you, oh, go on to like scholarship.com, go on to College Avenue, stuff like that, but that really does not work. I tried that during my freshman year, as well as before I had even went to college. I had applied and like signed up for all of those apps, but they never worked right with me. And so if anything, I would recommend you go to your school website and you look up these scholarships. Mind you, it is on a first come, first served basis. So please, I deeply encourage you, whatever you see, go get it. Try to apply for it before anyone else can. Because also, they won't tell you, but you kind of have to figure out the deadlines for when that scholarship is going to be up there. So typically for my college that I go to, I know most likely that the scholarships for like upcoming years or so, they will be out around the summertime, as well as in the spring. Or even some of them may even come into play kind of around fall, but there's not a lot. But come the summertime and the spring for my college, that is how it works. For some people, it may work like that too, but I don't know. I can't speak for everyone's perspective. Next tip is financial aid. Now, being that you are a college student, you're an adult. You will be considered an adult. So you will not have any leadway or help or assistance as much as you probably did when you were in high school. Like literally, I kid you not. Now that I am in college, I am very much considered an adult. So I have to do things and take action for a lot of things that I never probably would have done, you know? So it does forces you to mature and get older and just kind of be about your business, really. And for me in particular, when it came to financial aid, now some colleges kind of will help you, but mine did and it didn't at the same time. But that's why I would recommend that you, if you all have like a student center or something like that at your college, to please go to your student center, because those will become your best friend ever. Your student center, or like the faculty advisors within that student center, they will literally become like your best friend in a sense, because they're going to help you. They want to see you not get fooled for the most part, or played. So they're going to help you to the best of their ability and try to make sure you are up on your stuff. Like, I kid you not, I started going to the student center just as a way to chill down and relax from all my classes. But the student center is actually very reliable and have a lot of resources for you. Like, if you want to sit back, relax, you know, maybe catch up on homework, studying, it's a good place to study. As well as just, you know, if you want to like just get away from the college life in a sense, but still be on campus, but not go to the library or to your dorm, that would be best. Now, when it comes to the financial aid, like in my case, my student center gave out like a FAFSA night in a sense, where all of like the freshmen in our class kind of like could go to the student center and apply for financial aid all together, where we would have the assistance of our faculty mentors and the counselors that were there. But I don't know about every other school, so that's why when it comes to FAFSA, you all have to be on time with that. You don't want to be late when it comes to applying for financial aid, because I don't know if anyone's going to really tell you this, but at least in my case, you know, I really got my money for the most part from FAFSA. My school really didn't get me any like funds or money really. So I had got my money personally really from FAFSA with all the grants that I had got and stuff like that. So I would recommend that you please apply for FAFSA on time. If you do not, your stuff will like be very expensive. College will be very expensive for you, and you will not get any financial aid or any type of funds or assistance from the government if you do not apply for financial aid. It is very beneficial, I kid you not. And I think you're supposed to apply on October the 1st. That is the day when, like, for everyone, you apply for financial aid, like literally. And also be sure to like, if you're like kind of connected with your student center, they will send you emails for when they have the events for the financial aid, because they really try to help you. You really need to kind of get more with the student center so they can like inform you on what you need to do when it comes to FAFSA as well. If you don't know how to do it, or if you maybe have more assistance from your teachers or like administration at your old high school, they will help you here, because I mean, no one wants to see you lose. So please, I recommend that you do apply for FAFSA, and if you need any assistance, please go to your student center at your college or university. Next tip is student loans. Now, I know some people are going to be like, oh, what? You know, I'm not ever going to get no student loans. But no, okay? Don't say that and then you do it. Because personally, I was one of those type of people that said, I would never get student loans. I'm not going to do that. That's not for me. But I did. I did get a student loan. However, mine wasn't as expensive as like that, but I did very much get a student loan. And personally, I feel like that was probably the most dumbest thing I could have done, because no one wants to pay student loans back. And also, that kind of goes also in hand with what at least your counselors are not going to tell you about student loans. Now, with student loans, well, at least as of lately, Joe Biden has been kind of trying to get a bill passed for people with student loans that I think is over 10,000 or 10K or something around that range or whatever. You will not have to pay that back. However, I think with the Congress or someone, they had decided that, no, that's not how it's going to work. So us people who owe student loans have to start back paying come like July the 2nd. That's when you have to start paying, because then that's when interest goes up. Right now, everyone's interest is $0, and that's a good thing. However, what many of these financial advisors at these colleges are not telling these upcoming freshmen or any of us students at that really is how, okay, when you get the student loan, they tell you, oh, you don't have to worry about it until 6 months after you graduate college. However, this is a big however, your interest rate will go up. And as your interest rate goes up, that is more money. More money. And it honestly is. That's more money. So say you had maybe you owed $6,000 in student loans. So by that interest rate, come maybe the next month, you're gonna owe close to maybe $6,500. And if you if it keeps going up, that's more and more and more and more and more. So by the time you finish college, that's like possibly, I'm gonna say $2,000 to $3,000 more dollars added on to the $6,000 that you already owe. Because for some of them, some interest rates, they do it bi-weekly or annually or probably monthly or yearly. It all depends on where you got that student loan from. But you should not want to get student loans, because if that's the case, then it's going to keep going up, where it's going to be less affordable for you to pay back. So I would never recommend that anyone get any student loans. You would rather just try to pay for it than to get student loans, because if you get the student loans, you're going to have to pay even more if you just let that student loan sit there. And they don't tell you this because, with these colleges, they just really want your money, if we're honest. However, I'm not knocking it down. I'm just trying to inform fellow upcoming freshmen and transfer students, as well as college students that are still in college but are unaware of this, because they don't tell you this. I literally personally had to have a meeting with my new financial advisor at that to discuss about my student loans. So if anything, I would personally recommend that no one gets student loans. It is not helpful for you. It's really not, because then you have to pay it back. And then also, it kind of if you're someone who has anxiety, that is going to be on your mind a lot, because don't nobody want to have any financial problems. And while they consider us to be adults, we're still kind of kids a little bit. If you're maybe 18 or 19 still in college, you're like, what? I didn't know this. Why wasn't I made aware? But yes, that is what happens. Now, for the next tip, that would have to be jobs. Jobs. And I say jobs because what colleges don't tell you about is that, when it comes to the jobs on campus, it's really hard to get. It's a first come, first served basis with all of the jobs as well. So if you are wanting to get a job, most of the colleges and universities are going to tell you, oh, apply on Handshake, which Handshake is an app for basically all colleges and universities, and their way of having you apply for a job, or in particular a work study or internship, which some of them sometimes works. However, sometimes they do not work, and there are scams on the Handshake app where they will kind of trick you or email you little scam and spam kind of emails saying how, oh, if you apply for this, you'll get paid $500 a week. And they will actually even falsely like lie and act like it came from a whole slew or like a university email address. However, if your college is kind of, which most colleges are up to like date with all of that, your college will send you emails and continuously do it about like how there is scams going on within the handshake app. So they do actually encourage you to be very cautious and careful about giving your information, because personally I have a friend who knew this one girl who literally gave $500 and lost $500 because she got scammed on Handshake, thinking that she was going to work on campus as like a front desk receptionist. So yes, it could happen to anyone. And us being college students, sometimes, we're thinking, oh, this is good. I need this job. It's on campus. I'm living in a dorm. And if it's a work study, you need it. But we're not thinking how, oh, well, this might be a scam. But that's why now they tell you really look at that email and try to even search it up to make sure that it is not the type of like maybe spam email address, And if anything, I would just say if you are looking really for a job and you are in college, you could apply on Handshake. However, I still use Indeed, Snag a Job, and all of that. I still use that because most of the times the jobs in colleges, they go to the upperclassmen or they're already filled in by upperclassmen. Like literally, honestly, I love to read books. So I've always wanted to work into my college library. We have a really good catalog of books, and just the library is so beautiful. I always wanted to work there. However, there are a lot of upperclassmen. So those kind of positions are already filled. So, it is what it is, but I would recommend that if you are a college student and you want to apply for a job there, that you apply on Handshake. However, if, kind of have a little side little thing where, you also apply via Snag a Job or Indeed. And in some cases, if it would be best also to just walk around campus. Like if you walk around campus a lot, kind of make your presence known a little bit and walk into some of these buildings, some of these like teachers will give you jobs, will help you out, things of that nature. You just have to really make it be known that you are willing to work hard for it and that you want the job. If they know how serious you are, they will take you serious. As well as, they'll do a background check, like look at your credentials, your achievements, where did you go to school, your academic performances. But really, if you really want a job on campus, make the initiative. Particularly if you're trying to be like a TA or any of those type of things, really make the initiative to let that teacher know that you are serious and that you are dedicated and you really want to do this, because your chances will be higher at getting it. As well as also, if you do apply on Handshake, they will send you to like the student writing center, and they will send you there just so if you have a resume, so like you could tweak it so it could look better and you can have a better chance at getting a job on campus or anywhere at that. The writing center is really there to help you. So if you do need help with the resume or any of those things, please go to the writing center because they will really help you. Me personally, I had already had my resume kind of made that fit very well for me, so I didn't need help with the writing center. However, I still sent it to them just so they could re-look it over, and if I needed any assistance or like a retweak of anything, to fix it. Now, the last tip that I would give would have to be just with possibly your oh my gosh, yes. Clearly just kind of went all the way over there somewhere. But health insurance. Now, I know you're probably like, what health insurance? What does health insurance have to do with college or anything? But no, it has a lot to do with college. And I say this because what these colleges are not telling you is that some of these colleges are paying for your health insurance. And by them paying for your health insurance, that is making your billing when it comes to like your tuition fees go up really high, because for health insurances at some colleges, and particularly mine, it's over $1,000. My health insurance bill would have been over $1,000, like close to $2,000 really. So I don't know about y'all, but me personally, I had health insurance before I even went to college. So I literally had to talk to my academic advisor, and I was like, what? They're charging me for health insurance. I already have my own health insurance. And she was like, oh, okay, well, what is best for you to do is fill out this health insurance waiver, which they don't tell you about. So you might need to go and talk to your academic advisor, as well as, I mean, you could try to talk to your financial advisor about it too as well, but I don't know if they would tell you all that. That's why I want to talk about it with my academic advisor. Like, honestly, hey, I'm actually very cool with my academic advisor because she's been really helpful for me throughout my freshman year. So if anything, try to make friends with your academic advisor so she could put you on game and kind of just educate you more on what is going on when it comes to your billing in particular, or anything when it involves college that you don't know or understand too. So yeah, with like the health insurance, these colleges are really taking all of our money basically, because they're like, oh, well, you're going to our school, so we're going to provide you health insurance, but it costs $2,000 or something like that. So if it got to be like that, then no, I don't want that health insurance because that's too much and I already have my own. So they will not tell you that, but that's why you need to really talk to your academic advisor and try to get to the bottom of that. And if they do provide, to fill out a waiver form so you won't be charged that amount of money for health insurances. Because if they know that you have health insurances, they won't give it to you and you'll be okay. And actually it will lower your billing, particularly if like, you know, your tuition fees and stuff. So I really recommend that you try that, and really don't do it when you go to college. You need to check that out prior to it. As soon as like your financial aid awards come in, do look at that. Look at your financial aid awards, as well as like kind of look over your billing fees, and if you see anything kind of weird with that or just want to wonder why your billing is so high, please go to your academic advisor and ask them, hey, are they charging me for insurance? Or just ask your academic advisor these questions, honestly. And if anything, you know, college is about you learning and kind of maturing really as you get into adulthood and just finding yourself. So don't have yourself stressing and worrying about these things. And if anything, I would deeply encourage that you look these things over and ask these questions before fall starts, where your fall semester starts with college. And with that, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a nice day. And please, if you have any more questions or tips, please leave them down below and I will get back with you on them. Thank you. Bye.